made an appearance on AEW Dark, All Elite Wrestling, which I thought was huge, especially someone coming from the Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area.
Sure.
What was that experience like, and how did that kind of all come together?
Man, so I was doing some television down in Atlanta, Georgia for Championship Wrestling from Atlanta, which is it was also branched to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, which is ran by Dave Marquez out in California. So I was doing the tapings down there, and I did a trio of matches with Baron Black, who was somebody else who was regularly featured on AEW Dark. So, we had a trio of really good matches. Some people behind the scenes at AEW, I guess, saw those matches and liked what they saw, so I was invited in to do extra work. We were at the Farmers Coliseum in Indianapolis, and I showed up to the thing not knowing if I was even going to have a match, who I was going to wrestle, or anything else. And then I get there. So I know Nyla Rose.
Okay.
And I ran into Nyla backstage. And she's all stoked. She's like, "Did you see the board?" I'm like, "No, not yet." She's like, "Go look." So then I went and looked, and I saw that I was wrestling Andrade. And I was kind of like, okay, just throw me right to the wolves.
Wow. So you had no idea going in?
No clue. No clue at all. I had no clue what I was doing, if I was doing anything. So, immediately I'm like, okay, they're throwing me in with one of their heavy hitters, one of their top guys.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, let's get it, So, that was a very surreal experience. Just the whole thing. Behind the scenes, I got to work with Dustin Rhodes a little bit, who,
Wow.
I grew up watching him as Gold Dust and having him kind of be the agent to my match, and getting to pick his brain on stuff, and then the part that really was surreal to me was I'm standing in back and I know it's like getting close to my time.
Yeah.
So then finally the referee's like, "All right, man, we're up." So we he walked me out, loaded me into the ring. And it was crazy because I've wrestled in Indianapolis quite a bit. So, I heard a couple people out in the crowd, like, hollering my name and stuff. And I'm like, okay, at least some people know who I am. And then while Andrade was making his entrance, I, just really took a second to, look around the room and really breathe it all in. And I'm like, oh, man, there's a lot of people here. And then, I was like, well, here it is. This is my time to shine. This is time to show them what I can do. And, once he got in the ring, we're standing across from each other, and I'm like, okay, here we go. And I kind of started to psych myself out a little bit because it's like, this is that thing that I've worked for, is to get into these types of situations.
Yeah.
And like I said, I started kind of psyching myself out a little bit, and then something popped into my head that kind of snapped me out of it. I had a friend message me before I went, and told me, I understand that being on this type of a platform is nerve-wracking. I understand that this type of opportunity can be a lot, but you're in a ring. You're in a ring every weekend. It doesn't matter what's going on outside of that ring. When you're in there, that's your home. So just go in there and do what you know how to do. He said it doesn't matter if there's 10, 20,000, 10,000 watching. You're in a ring. That's your spot. Don't forget that. So try to block out the outside and just focus on what you can control in here. So that kind of popped into my head, and then as soon as the bell rang, all that went away, and it just felt like another match.
Natural.
Yeah, it was super crazy because it went by so fast.
Yeah.
It's like the next thing I know, it's over with. I'm back in the back again. And then, the next day, I'm at my other job, and I'm just sitting at my desk, and I'm thinking to myself,
I was just on TV.
Last night, I was wrestling in front of 7,000 people in an arena. Now I'm sitting here. It's humbling. It really brings you back to reality real quick. But,
that's awesome. I was pumped, man, because, someone from our area, it's just cool to see that success,
man. And it's just it's one of those things where if you just put your heart and soul into something, man, you can make it happen. It's just, you really got to just grind and figure it out.